All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have been waiting for, the start of a new season, the Nowski Nation at Daytona International Raceway. Here we go, DJ the Iceman Kenner and Jeff Sheldon on the front row. Benjamin Coleman and Richie Joplin on the second row. Jeremy Root, Edmund Jones on the third row. Pudge Nowski and Dustin Slover on the fourth row. Jeffrey Goodpaster, Blake Viken rounding out your top 10. Patrick Pieper and Aaron Brill running 11th and 12th. Clay Kirchenbauer starting in 13th. Brian Hewitt in 14th. Jaron Valley starting in 15th. Tyler Ott 16th. Joshua Friel in 17th. Justin Swafford 18th. Brandon Newby in 19th. Ryan McDaniel starting in 20th. Mike Brown and Dean Webb 21st and 22nd. Otto Cruz and Jacob Morgan 23rd and 24th. Darren Silva, Russell Worth, and Colby Whipple rounding out a 27-car field here tonight. Everybody getting stacked up on pit road, getting ready to be led out by the iRacing pace truck here. A lot of new paint schemes, a lot of drivers ready to go. The start of a new season, always a big moment for all the drivers because there is every possibility they could win a championship. The pace truck is rolling. Everybody getting rolling off of pit road now. 27 cars lighting them up. Some of the trucks doing burnouts coming off pit road. That's a bit unusual, and it does look like they are going to go with a standard one lap race delay here. And it looked like the Iceman was dropping back. I have no earthly idea what happened there, if there was a technical problem. We'll have to wait and see if DJ Kenner comes back up and gets back in line. And shout out to Brandon Newby, who I didn't see till just a moment ago, sent 200 stars. So, Angie, there's a couple bucks in your pocket to add to your iRacing and trucking with Oklahoma coming for trucking soon. I know you're looking forward to that.
I am really looking forward to that, and thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it very much. I'm looking forward to trucking with you guys, but, you know, they may change their mind after they see I drive.
Well, pace laps are looks like they are gonna extend the pace lap by one lap, getting everybody stacked up. Benjamin Coleman slipped up to the front. DJ Kenner has dropped to the tail end of the field and hopped back in line. So we'll get one more time around. Then we're gonna go green flag racing here at Daytona. 90 laps around this famed track. Hey, good evening, Glenn. How are you, bud? Hope you're having a great night. You guys are just in time to watch the drop of the green flag. Everybody stacked back up, ready to go. They will go green next time by. Remember, they are restricted here, so it will take 1 to 1.5 laps for these trucks to reach max speed around 190 miles an hour. It is a daytime race, so the track is a little warm, 100 degrees right now. Air temperature in Daytona, Florida, 73 degrees with 33% humidity. So the engines will be running good, and man, the trucks will be running fast. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and follow, share, subscribe, hit all the buttons, because you know you love pushing buttons. Oh, one of the drivers has broken pedals. Jason, this will be a great race. Pace truck has dropped in. Benjamin Coleman leads them down. It is time to go racing. Green flag is in the air from Daytona. The new series, new season starts now. Benjamin Coleman, one of the rookies in the field, getting the big push out front from Jeremy Root. And the top two are going to clear. Richie Joplin on the high line. Will take that high line a little longer to build momentum and get rolling here. Root drops low. He is dropping to the tail end. Benjamin Coleman has the bottom, but that outside line built the momentum down the back straightaway, side by side throughout the field. And it looks like about half the field has started dropping off to give themselves a little breathing room here early, including Jeremy Root, who dropped to the tail end. Would fully expect Jeremy Root, DJ Kenner to be hooked up before long. These two are very much used to racing with each other or acting as a driver and spotter from time to time. Otto Cruz out here in the 03 car. He's got a new paint scheme tonight. Man, that thing looks great. A lot of new paint schemes here tonight, as we mentioned, with the new season, and expect to see some of these change throughout the season from what I've heard from some of the drivers. Now there is an incident point limit to tonight, and I do believe it will carry over through the season. So 15 incident points and you are disqualified. And if you are the cause of two cautions in any race this season, you will be suspended for the following race. Most of the front half of the field, all 2x2. The back half sitting single file at the moment. Looks like a lead pack of about 18 cars. Jeremy Root leads that long train back behind, 19th through 27th, single file back behind. Richie Joplin and Edmund Jones up on the high line. Angie, so far, so good. The race is still green flag it, despite the fact how close they're racing. How would you feel being in the middle of that pack right now?
I would be very nervous. And we probably would have already wrecked by now had I been in the middle of it.
Well, you bring up a very good point. This race is not very physically demanding, like some tracks that we see where the drivers are on and off the brakes, turning, constantly fighting the wheel, but it is mentally exhausting. You're constantly stressed. Oh, here we go! Are they going to save it? The caution is out. Patrick Pieper involved in that one. A few cars off track. Richie Joplin went off track, but I don't know how that happened at the front of the pack without us having a big one here. Let's take a look at the replay. Patrick Pieper there on the bottom in the 26. Richie Joplin comes down. Oh, looked like the rookie had a bit more of a run. Pieper checked up, gets the apron. Nice drift. Manages to hold it down, though, and everybody saves it. See if we can get a look at this one. What happened up at the front. There's Richie Joplin moving to the bottom. Benjamin Coleman just had a bigger run. Gets into the bumper. A big checkup. Pieper's move is likely what saved the entire field. Him being able to get down to the apron and save the truck is prevented a big checkup back behind. That was a close one.
Job well done.
It definitely was. Looks like Edmund Jones is going to lead them down pit road. Several trucks staying out. Quite a few coming in to top off on fuel. The driver said 20 to 25 laps on a tank of fuel. It will depend where you're sitting on track. Edmund Jones, Richie Joplin, Pudge, Clay Kirchenbauer, Aaron Brill. Basically, the entire back half of the field, the top 7 are the only ones that stayed out. Dustin Slover, Benjamin Coleman, Joshua Friel, Justin Swafford, Darren Silva, Jeff Sheldon, and Brian Hewitt all stay out. Edmund was first in and first out. And it looks like fuel only for the majority of these drivers. They have a total of 6 sets of tires tonight, but Daytona does not really wear the tires, so you really don't need to change them more than about once over the course of the 90 laps here. Several drivers in the back, though, went ahead and changed 4 tires and fuel, including Patrick Pieper. He probably needed them after that drift through 3 and 4. Ryan McDaniel, Dean Webb, Jeremy Root, Pudge. Did look like Pudge may have gotten a little damage there. Mike Brown and Blake Veeken. Clay Kirchenbauer and Colby Whipple are still sitting on pit road. Clay on his way out. Will Colby beat the pace car out is the question now. Colby Whipple is rolling. It looks like several drivers picking up minor damage throughout that incident. But everybody is going to maintain the lead lap, and a great save by all the drivers. And it looks like Benjamin Coleman is going to go ahead and come in. Swafford looked like he was considering it. Jeffrey Goodpaster, Russell Worth, both coming back in. Splash of fuel, it looks like, for them, as is Blake Veeken. It looks like the lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to go green flag racing here in just a moment. Dustin Slover, Joshua Friel have the front row. Justin Swafford, Darren Silva on the second. Jeff Sheldon, Brian Hewitt on the third row. Edmund Jones, Tyler Ott, Richie Joplin, and Jaron Valley rounding out the top 10. And again, once the green flag drops, it will take about a lap and a half to get these trucks back up to full speed. "27 cars still on the lead lap. Benjamin Coleman and the other drivers who came in at the last minute Coleman pulling up to the back of the pace of the pack. Newbie is caught up. Blakey Poo, Snickerdoodle, Boo Boo also caught up to the back half of the field. Here we go. Pace truck is in. They are in the restart zone. Green flag in the air. They're back underway. Slover to the lead. It's actually a disadvantage to get a big restart here because the momentum of the trucks behind. They will overtake you very, very quickly. Dustin does it perfectly. Has Swofsky right on the bumper. Outside line is broken up a little bit. Edmund looked like he was going to make a move on Friel there for a moment. Slides back in line. A little blink there out of Edmund. Pudge closing up the gap, bringing DJ Kenner with him. Ryan McDaniel also up in the lead pack. Auto Cruz back behind. Looks like they are trying to form up that second group, single file back behind. Dustin Slover still maintains that lead pack, that lead position. And down the back straightaway, you can see just how much these trucks are bouncing around out here. The drivers were talking about the setup having a little bit of a dead zone in the wheel, making it a little bit tricky, especially when you get bump drafted like Friel got a moment ago. Got way out of shape but held on to it. Dean Webb on the move toward the front. He is up 14 spots now into 8th place in that 09 truck. Friel, Swafford, both up 15 spots in 2nd and 3rd, but the biggest mover so far, Darren Silva up 22 spots, currently being scored in 3rd. And they are 3 wide in the middle of the lead pack. This is getting really sketchy up here. I would hate to be that truck in the middle. That is the 56 of Tyler Ott. They let him back into the high line, and I don't know about you, Angie. I was holding my breath there for a moment.
Just a little bit. Yeah, I was.
Things starting to heat up a bit early. A lot of times we see drivers playing it safe here in the early going. You have to survive to the end, but we're getting 3 wide already for the lead. That is Dean Webb shooting the gap. Oh, is right.
Sorry, I get a little excited.
No, you are perfectly fine. Dean Webb shooting the gap now, and it looks like he's going to get a little bit of help here. Tyler Ott drops back into the middle and is going to help push him toward the front. It's a bit early to be 3 wide, but here we are. Wow, these guys are... This is taking some big chances here early. If I'm in that outside line, I'm backing off, falling back in line. And, oh, Tyler Ott is way out of shape. And we've got another one making his way up the middle line. That middle line is definitely not the place to be. The air around the truck is so turbulent, it tries to pull the truck around. And as you saw, it makes that truck a handful. They finally get back 2 by 2. And we all breathed a little sigh of relief on that one. Down the back straightaway, it looks like we've got two or three groups forming at the moment. I saw quite a few drivers make the decision to drop back suddenly due to the fact that they saw that 3 wide up at the front. Probably a wise move here. Ryan McDaniel trying to make his way forward in the outside line. DJ Kenner underneath. The Iceman is coming forward. No, I do not know why DJ has not just painted an Iceman car or truck yet. Somebody needs to get that done for him. Dean Webb has officially taken the lead now. Swofsky on the high side, but Dean will lead. No, I was about to say, Dean does lead that lap. All the drivers looking for a few bonus points here early in the season, if possible. They get 5 bonus points for leading a lap, 5 for leading the most laps, and we've got Ryan McDaniel below the yellow line. Looked like he was considering dropping back. Yellow line rule is in effect for tonight until the final 2 laps, I believe, is when the yellow, holy Tyler Ott drops to that bottom line right in front of Dean, and Tyler looks like that truck is a handful tonight. Angie, have you been watching that 56 and how bad it's out of shape tonight?
Yes, I'm watching. And just thinking if that were me, I'd have done it been over there in the wall.
Well, fortunately, they do have a safer barrier here to protect you if you hit the wall at 190, but man.
That's a plus.
It definitely is. These guys are doing a great job saving them. We're seeing a lot of trucks, though. The drivers did say the damage model was different, the tire model feels a little different, and the setups feel a bit different. So there may still be some drivers adjusting to this new configuration on the trucks, making this a bit of a learning experience for all of them.
Definitely be a learning experience for me.
Well,
that just the drifting and behind them and the momentum of the pull would be unreal.
it definitely is. The pull from the draft is huge, especially with these trucks. You see the big runs that these guys get. The trucks punch such a big hole in the wall, in the air. They can get a run and pick up 4 or 5 spots in a single straightaway, if not more, with a big run and a little bit of side drafting. But with that momentum, you have to be careful of the cars just ahead of you. Things could get sketchy really quick. And wow, Dean Webb trying to use that side draft was practically in the lap of, who is that ahead of Edmund Jones? I think that was Jeff Sheldon. Just about had Dean Webb in his lap there. Swafford led last time, but looks like Sheldon's going to move out of line, trying to go to the high side, work with Dean here. 20 laps into this thing, most of the field having pitted on lap 6, but we did have about a half dozen trucks that did not pit, so they will need fuel here in the next few laps. Now the caution laps in the early going definitely helped extend that, but between lap 25 and 30, we'll have half a dozen or so trucks needing to get to pit road. And coming down to pit road from 190 miles an hour, that does get a bit tricky, especially if you're stuck in line. One of those trucks that needs fuel Justin Swafford, who's at the front of the pack. The outside line starting to build some momentum now. Jeff Sheldon with the push from Dean. Oh, we've got a truck through the grass. It's Patrick Pieper. No caution. See if everybody stays in one piece. Patrick, wow, what a rough start to the night for Pieper. Let's see what happened. Out of turn 4, Pieper's got a decent gap to the truck in front and to the truck behind. I don't know what happened there. It's like he just turned down. I think he got the pass in the grass backwards. Everybody's still keeping it fairly, I was about to say fairly sane, then the entire front half of the field just got a little squirrely, and as soon as one of them gets squirrely, the whole field starts to snake just a little bit. Still got 19 trucks in the lead pack. Ryan McDaniel leading the second group right now. Has Mike Brown with him, Blake Veakin, Aaron Brill, Brandon Newby, and Jeffrey Goodpaster, Benjamin Coleman. Patrick Pieper did get hooked on, so he'll stay in the draft. And it looks like from the situation up front, it's probably the safest place to be back in that second pack, Angie.
I definitely. There's just a lot of swaying going on here. I'd be I couldn't do this. This is not one of the races that I could race in, I don't believe.
Well, it does take practice, but I have faith in you.
I'm glad somebody has faith in me, but I'd sure have to have a lot of practice before I'd ever try it.
Well, definitely. So, hey, good evening, Marauder. Is that Mr. James Harris? If so, we've got a truck onto pit road. Dustin Slover was one of the ones that did not hit under the caution. And he is coming in alone. He will have no drafting help. A bit of a surprise to see him come in alone. How are you tonight, James? Swafford out front still. Oh, rub it in, James. James Harris just got a new motorcycle today. Everybody boo him, please. Oh, here we go. Swaffsky is in. And it may have caused an issue. We've got cars through the grass. Caution is out. Caution is out for the second time, lap 24. And this one may take a little assessing, but it does look like it started when Swafford pulled off to go to pit road and chaos just broke loose. Looks like Auto Crew's involved. Edmund Jones may have also been involved. Richie Joplin. Let's take a look at this lead pack as they come out of turn 4. There goes Swafford ducking below. Oh, one of the cars just dropped to the middle trying to get to pit road, and a big checkup back behind. Jeff Sheldon, that was a crazy, oh, they had to brake and avoid. Jeff Sheldon ends up going through the grass. Jacob Morgan also caught in this, as well as Jeremy Root. Root just nowhere to go, gets bumped into the track. Morgan was in the grass trying to avoid it. He gets caught in it. Wow, anarchy here midway through this race. Well, the guys that needed to get to pit road for fuel, this is their big opportunity. That just threw a lot of strategy and whatnot out the window, because this will put everybody back on an even keel. And it does look like everybody is coming in this time. Dean Webb hitting pit road. We're going to try and get a word with him here in just a moment. Gotta ask him about that gutsy move to get to the front early on here. Swafford did not... Swafford was on pit road, as was Jeff Sheldon. Russell Worth is the first driver off pit road. He took fuel only. Dean Webb comes off pit road currently in fifth. Let's see if we can get a quick word with him. Hey, Dean, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man. I have to ask, was it a little bit gutsy going 3 wide that early?
Lord, man, I was like, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? Yeah, what the hell? We'll see.
Well, dude, it worked, but, man, that got sketchy there for you and Tyler a few times. It looks like when that truck gets in the middle, it just does not want to grip at all.
Well, nope. I don't have a good answer, man. I thought about riding, talked to some other guys. We thought about riding, and then, I don't know. I talked to my boy Derek Dunning. He was checking in on the broadcast, watching, and I was like, you know what the hell? We'll go see if we can make something happen here and get out front.
Well, you definitely made something happen. You made a couple of our hearts skip a beat a few times, but you got up there, you got some laps led, and now do you push back to the front, or is it hang out where you're at?
Oh, Lord. 64 to go, coming to 63. It's one of those, we going to make it or break it, or are we going to break it? I guess.
Well, man, good luck. An awesome move to get this thing started. Good luck in the second half of this one.
Thanks, brother.
Dean Webb making the gutsy moves here early. Lights are out on the pace truck.
Put me back.
Whoops. Yeah, I'm kind of not used to having a second person in the booth, so I accidentally put Angie back in the chat instead of Dean. I've got it corrected now, honey. You back with me?
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, why am I hearing those guys? It's a little weird. I could hear Edmund talking, and I was like, wait, I'm not supposed to hear him.
Well, we got you back in the right place. You heard Dean say he was going to make that, he made that gutsy move. We've seen a little bit of chaos, especially that really oddball move to pit road there, bringing out the second caution. Joshua Friel actually had to tow to pit road, so he is going to end up being the first car one or more laps down. As we get ready to go back to green, do you think they play it safe here, Angie, or do we see some of the drivers start to crank it up?
I think we're going to see some of the drivers start to crank it up.
That's kind of my opinion, too. They still have a long way to go, but the aggression level tonight is already at about an 8. So,
I think Dean's going to go ahead and push it, go for the make it part instead of the break it part.
I have a feeling you are right. And you know what? It is Daytona. What would Daytona be without a, as they crank it up, maybe we're going to crank it up just a little bit. As the pace truck drops in, crank your volume up, folks. It's time for us to shut up and you guys to crank it up. Here we go, green flag. All right, folks, we are back. Love the crank it up. We got back just in time as Richie West and Dean Webb banging doors down the front straightaway. These guys are getting really, really brave at the front, but Angie, you're right. Dean went for it. He is back in the lead.
Felt that he was going to when he said it's going to make it or break it. I kind of knew that meant he was going to go for the gold.
It definitely looks like that is his number one thing tonight. It is oftentimes better to be out front, but hey, look at this on the outside row. Second truck on the outside row. Mr. Nowski has made his way up to the front. What could be Pudge's last season, it is awesome seeing him up here at the front. Hey, good evening, Sean. Hey, good evening, Derek Dunning. Derek, apparently you're the cause of the early 3 wide, buddy. Sean, I know you've raced with trucks at Daytona with these guys, so I have to ask you, your prediction, who do you think's going to pull this one off here tonight? Looking through the field, a lot of... Holy cow, we had one almost in the wall. Man, these guys are not lifting at all tonight. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway, and looks like we've got Ryan McDaniel dropping below the yellow line. He is going to drop to the back of the field, playing it safe tonight. And I have to ask, Tina, has he increased the number of Lucky Charms in the truck for this season? Because, man, after the last few seasons, he needs some luck. Sean, it would be good with this potentially being Pudge's last season, full season of competition. It would be great to see Pudge start the season with a win. Clay Kirchenbauer down in the 28. Clay's been hanging out in the top 10 all night. He has been pretty safe all night as well. A lot of fast trucks out here. A lot of guys playing it safe here early. Time will tell, but the back half of the field has some really fast trucks. Top 18 are in the lead pack. Ryan McDaniel kind of between the two packs at the moment. Blake Beacon pulling the last half of the field around here. Tina bought Ryan all the Lucky Charms. I think he'll need them tonight. Oh, we've got 3 wide. It looks like Jeremy Root decided to send it up the middle. Root's going to try and make his way toward the front. If you can get that nose in and get into that hole, when the trucks in front of you are running just right, it can really pull you forward. But if they're wrong, or if you're in the wrong position, it will cause you to drop. Holy cow! Jeremy Root definitely using the side draft there. Have to agree, Tina. Ryan has been doing a lot better in recent races. So hopefully that theme continues tonight. It does look like he is hanging out until later in the race, trying to avoid getting caught up in the big one. We've had 2 cautions so far tonight, but just have not seen the big one yet. It's Daytona. It's inevitable. And Angie, I just kind of completely forgot to show you what a big one at Daytona looks like.
Yeah, I've never seen what the big one looks like.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to get to before tonight is out. As you see, things can, when you're inches apart at 190 miles an hour, things go wrong and it gets bad quickly.
Yeah, I can understand that. It wouldn't take long to make that a pretty big one.
Definitely not. These guys, some of the best on iRacing. If you look, I believe the average iRating in the field is about 2,500. These guys are no slouches when it comes to these tracks, these trucks. Sean Lesperod's agreeing it is coming. It's not a matter of when, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when and how bad. Much like bull running. Ryan McDaniel has had a problem. Ryan looks like he's having technical difficulties. He started blinking and somehow ended up in the inside wall. That is heartbreaking. I was rooting so much for Ryan to win Monday night. I was rooting for him to win tonight just because I know he needs that win, and this is not the way things needed to go. He did say in pre-race he was having some technical difficulties. This is heartbreaking. We've already got 3 wide going on again here. Patrick Pieper up on the high side. Otto Cruz in the middle. Jeremy Root right behind Otto as well, pushing him forward. This is one of those moments that as a driver you're kind of holding your breath. The truck is moving all over. You're doing anything and everything you can just to hold it in one line. You see how much they're weaving around. Russell Worth seems to be in a really good spot right now for, why don't we take a ride around How about in car with Russell Worth? Oh, they are banging doors up front. Could this? Everybody, you heard Russell get out of it, saw everybody check up. And a lot of hearts stopped beating there for a moment, and it definitely broke up the lead back. Out of turn 2, it looks like everybody settled down for a moment. Jacob Morgan on the bottom, on the move toward the front in the old Jeff Gordon Superman truck. Good choice for tonight. Hey, good evening, Kevin Gerard. How are you, buddy? There you see that. My brain kind of stopped there for a lap. I've been in these situations, and man, you just kind of zone out, focus on the truck ahead, and hold on for dear life. Russell Worth did a great job checking up, as did everybody else as they settle back in 2 by 2. Aaron Brill leading that second pack. Ryan McDaniel is back out on track. He is alone. But at the moment, 2 laps down, very easily could get those laps back, so not counting him out of this one yet. And the way they're racing up front, I have a feeling a caution is not far off to help Ryan McDaniel out. Angie, I don't know, we're at lap 43. How long do you think we have before seeing these guys race before we get another caution?
Oh man, I don't know, maybe another couple of laps. They're really pushing it. I'm hoping Ryan can get caught up though and get back ahead of them and get whatever problems he's got figured out.
Holy cow, they are touching doors off turn 4. Sean Lesperance makes a valid point. There is no time to blink in these races. Yeah, you blink and you're dead most of the time. You're holding your eyes wide open. I've done the Daytona 500 here a couple of times, and man, it is exhausting mentally as, holy cow, Swofsky way out of shape up front. I think that Home Depot truck almost needed its own repairs there for a second, Angie.
Almost, yeah.
Luckily, I'm sure he has a sponsorship deal that supplies tools and hopefully sheet metal.
And seats.
And seats. He's going to need one of those after this, ain't he?
He would have made a mess in it then, yes.
Hopefully he wore the brown pants today.
I hope so.
That second pack led by, let's see who's leading this now. It looks like Benjamin Coleman, about 7.5 seconds back. They are single file. They are losing ground to the leaders. Caution is out. Brian Hewitt. Angie, you called it. It was about 2 laps later, and this will get Ryan McDaniel one of his laps back. Let's see what happened to Brian. Maybe. There we go. Brian Hewitt headed off into turn 1, and oh! Looks like Russell Worth came down the track. Hewitt ends up in the grass. Hewitt manages to save it. Let's try and see what happened with Russell here. Russell, oh, he gets to bumping into Tyler Ott. They were bump drafting. Ott ends up in the wall. Russell ends up going down the track. And you know, this is another perfectly timed caution for the drivers. They will get to get their 4 tires and fuel. Last time they were in lap 24, about 20 laps ago. Their fuel window, 20 to 25 laps. This kind of worked out perfectly for them, Angie.
Yeah, it will. They'll get to get refueled and get new tires and get back out there and hopefully not have more cautions, but I'm not going to bet on that.
No, we still have not seen the big one yet, so no, I don't think we're done with the cautions yet. It's definitely been a very competitive Daytona race. A lot of guys moving back and forth throughout the whole throughout the race. As Jeff Sheldon leads them down to pit road.
I've never raced on this track, but it looks like it's got a pretty good slope all the way around it.
33 degrees of banking in the turns. Yeah, it gets pretty steep out there.
It sure does then, doesn't it?
Ryan McDaniel is coming to pit road. It doesn't look like he picked up his lucky dog yet. Should be waved around once he gets back out on track, we hope. Blake Viken rolls off pit road first. He did not take tires, only fuel. I'm not sure Blakey Poo has taken tires yet. Let's find out. Blakey Poo, snickerdoodle boo boo. Snug, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Have you taken tires at all yet, or has it been fuel only tonight?
No, I took tires last pit stop.
All right, I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember that. The fuel stop here puts you back out in front. You've been kind of in the middle of the pack. Has it been a bit scary for you?
It has, and I did just miss my pit box. That's why I'm up here.
So you did not get fuel?
I did not.
So you'll be going back to pit road, I take it?
I will be indeed. Going back there with my buddy Brandon.
No.
And Brill.
Well, now that you're going to be back with that pack at the back of the field again, are you guys going to stay back there, and when do you guys start making the move toward the front?
Oh, we are definitely going to stay back there. My plan would probably be about 10 laps to go, depending on cautions.
Well, it's definitely been exciting, and I think you've been in the safest place possible all night tonight, buddy.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Definitely crazy back there.
It has been, man. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Blakey Poo hits pit road. Robert Winger wishing Richie Joplin happy 207th birthday of 2023. Richie really getting up there, but hey, he's leading the race. Richie did get the new nickname Monday night of McBraken. Tina, we thought you would really like that one. And I do believe that because he won the race Monday night, the prize was getting custom paint jobs for short track races, which did include his paint jobs for Jones BS Racing, which I do believe, my understanding, will have the name McBraken on them somewhere. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the paint job is going to look like.
Hopefully you'll be seeing it in your mirror as you go out there and show them how it's done.
I'll probably be seeing it when I wreck him and he gets really upset with me.
Clay Kirchenbauer now on the front row. Otto Cruz, Pudge, Edmund Jones, Justin Swafford, Dean Webb, Jeff Sheldon, Dustin Slover, and Colby Whipple, your top 10 as we get ready to go back to green. Hayes' truck is in. Richie Joplin controls the restart. Green flag is back in the air. Lap 49 here at Daytona, just past the halfway point. 3 cautions so far tonight. And surprisingly, 3 very close calls, but no big one yet. Pudge still hanging on up in the top 5. Edmund Jones trying to make something happen, and we've got a car on the high side. It's Dean Webb trying to go 3 wide again. This time Dean making the move up on the high side. Dean is not going to be content unless he is at the front of this pack, and he's got a big push from Edmund up on the high side. Hutch trying to get that middle line rolling. Oh! Otto Cruz got a little loose coming through 1 and 2 as he tries to push Richie on the bottom. Almost got into Clay and Pudge there. And here comes the 92 of Justin Swafford on the bottom, making his way forward. A lot of the drivers did say in pre-race they were having trouble holding the bottom here, especially as the tires wore off. Looking back through the field, and it does look like a second pack has started to fall off and form up. They haven't got really formed up yet. Does not look like Ryan McDaniel got any of his laps back under that caution. Not sure what happened there. We'll try and find out after the race. Two by two all the way through the field. Everybody's settling down for the moment, although it looks like Jeremy Root might be trying to make the attack again. He briefly stuck the nose into the middle, jumps back to the high side, but there could be trouble for the rest of the field now. Jeremy Root and DJ the Iceman Kenner looks like they are hooked up. DJ Crowley scored 1 lap down, but still in a position to help Root make his way to the front. Worth noting, Jaron Valley just set the fastest lap of the race in the 25 truck. Jaron will be back in his regular number next week in the 21. Richie Joplin still up at the front. Swafford now leading the high line once again. Dean Webb has moved to the bottom line, dropping back to 8th place. Will he try and make the move up the middle again? Otto Cruz now up into the lead. And really liking Otto's new paint scheme here this season. Swafford giving Otto a huge push as they come through the tri-oval. The drivers will need one more pit stop. They'll all be within their pit window in about 10 to 15 laps. One car down to the apron, dropping back. I believe that is Patrick Pieper. It is. Drops back in line. He dropped all the way to 20th. He's going to the back to play it safe. Meanwhile, Ryan McDaniel, who is a couple of laps down, is starting to fight his way through the field. He is trying to get one of his laps back the old-fashioned way here.
Good job, Ryan.
He is definitely sending it now.
Yeah, I've noticed him coming back up through there. I was pretty proud and glad he got whatever was wrong fixed.
Now, hopefully he'll get the opportunity to get his laps back and get back in the fight. It's obvious he's got a lot of speed here tonight. Auto Crew's still up in the front. Swafford in second, Clay in third. Webb hanging out back in ninth now, has not made any overt since that last 3 wide attempt, has kind of settled into a rhythm. We've got, I believe that is Pudge sticking his nose up the middle. Pudge wants to go to the lead. He's got help from Edmond.
Oh!
No caution yet. We've got one truck in the wall. Caution is out. And it looks like it was Clay Kirchenbauer. Lap 57, caution out again. They cannot go the distance from here on fuel. Let's see what happened. It looks like Patrick Pieper may have been involved as well. There's Clay. Oh! Looked like Jeff Sheldon got turned up into the wall and a bunch of trucks had nowhere to go. They were 3 wide. The 20 just comes down and clips him, sends him around. DJ Kenner gets a piece of it as well. Dustin Slover got caught up in it. Brandon Newby. Jeff Sheldon had to tow to pit road. DJ Kenner has been in for repairs. Fourth caution of the night. Robert, indeed. Yeet, indeed, as well. And Jeremy Root may be out of the race. DJ Kenner on pit road. Jeff Sheldon on pit road, waiting to see the outcome after pit stops here. Quick in and out. Most drivers fuel only. A few drivers taking right sides only. And it does look like McDaniel is getting his lap back. One of his laps back. Hey, good evening, Robert. We are doing great.
Hey, Robert, I'm doing good. Not saying much because I don't know much.
But you're doing a great job. It does look like Jeremy Root is officially out of the race. A bit sad there. He would have been fighting his way, hanging out just outside the top 10. Ryan McDaniel getting one of his laps back, has hit pit road. So he is still in the fight. I knew you'd be happy, Tina. More importantly, he was not caught up in that. Let's see if we can get a quick word with our current leader. Hey, Swofsky, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug, what's happening?
Hey, buddy. You've managed to stay out front all night. A few close calls out there, though.
Yeah, it's a little dicey out here, man. These guys are sending in these corners 3 and 4 wide, and it's making me a little nervous.
It's making me nervous, and I'm just watching.
Yeah, I think we're all a bit nervous. We've seen that truck out of shape a few times here, but you managed to pull it back in. I know this truck is a bit more of a handful tonight than usual.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting in the draft. I mean, you can really hit the guy in front of you, but I mean, with the draft, if someone's on your outside, it really just pulls you back, and you can't really make any way. So it's going to be interesting to see when these laps get down. It gets towards the end of the race, who's got the run and when it's going to happen.
Well, man, good luck. You've had some epic saves, and hopefully you can keep that truck out of trouble, buddy.
Thank you. Hi, Ange.
Hey, how are you? Good luck.
Thank you.
Swofsky currently in the lead, but now now he has to deal with Pudge on the high side on the restart. Pudge has won at Talladega. He has not won at Daytona in a very long time. Can he finally get it done here tonight in what could be his final season? I mean, you know, you kind of want to see the guy. He's brought this community together and done so much for everybody. You kind of want to see the guy just dominate the season. Getting ready for the restart once again. DJ Kenner is back out on track. He was caught up in that incident. He is several laps down, but now Jeff Sheldon also a lap down now. He is back out on track. Hayes' truck is in. Swafford in control. They are in the restart zone. Green flag in the air. 30 laps to go. Now they cannot go the distance from here on their fuel load. However, in about 5 laps, a lot of them should be able to go from there. So we could see pit stops anytime after lap 65. Tina, my understanding is Pudge wants to focus on his career. I know a lot of the community is pushing for him to, he's going to race part-time, but obviously not run the community. And I do know a lot of guys are trying to talk him out of it. Pudge to the lead for the first time. Robert, I can guarantee you're right. We have not seen the big one yet. And in fact, I think the biggest caution we've seen that actually only involved really about 3 or 4 cars has been the biggest caution so far. Had a few close calls, but some really good driving has saved us from several more cautions, wouldn't you say, Angie?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
You gotta admire the skill of these guys. They are doing really good out here. As you heard Swafford say, the trucks in the draft are a handful. They have, obviously, iRacing works closely with NASCAR. In fact, iRacing helps NASCAR with development and vice versa, so they try and keep these cars and trucks as accurate as possible. Everything from the tires, the suspension, every little bit of it is accurately modeled, and they update it constantly to make it as accurate as possible. And as it gets closer and closer to realistic or real life, well, they do tend to get a little tougher to drive. Robert, that is our one hope, is that Pudge will come out here and just dominate this season and realize retirement's a dumb idea. Angie, your recipe, Robert's a fan.
Oh, you have my spaghetti recipe again. I'm glad you like that.
That chicken spaghetti is wonderful.
That's just kind of something I threw together, and it sounded good, and it actually tasted good, and I'm not even a fan of spaghetti. But I do like it. I like the chicken spaghetti.
It was delicious. In fact, we might have to share it with the community at some point. Pudge cleanly to the lead now with Otto in second, Jeffrey Goodpaster in third, and Swofsky in fourth. That outside line starting to move forward again. And look who's pushing. The second truck in line on the outside is Dean Webb. Not a surprise at all. We do have a second pack that has broken off the back a little bit. Looks like Blakey Pooh and Newbie in that group, along with Aaron Brill, Mike Brown, and Clay Kirchenbauer. Despite that hard slam into the wall, Kirchenbauer continues to roll. And Pudge continuing to lead here. Edmund Jones currently sitting and said, wow. Swafford just kind of shot up out of turn two. There is a lot of momentum coming out of turn two, plus the pull of the draft up top. Can try and pull you up to the high side. You almost have to anticipate the turn based on where other cars are around you. I think you have to have a crystal ball to survive at Daytona a lot of times. 24 laps to go. Everybody is now within the fuel window. They can hit pit road and go the distance from here. I would expect most of the drivers pitting between about 10 and 15 to go. Simply because we know a lot of these drivers at the back will go on the attack with about 10 to go. Brody, you ain't wrong, buddy. Surprisingly, only one driver out of the race so far, Jeremy Root. 23 of the 27 drivers still on the lead lap. You know, Angie, that's a pretty impressive number when you consider the number of close calls and cautions we've had to only have one truck out and only a couple, one or more laps down. To have 23 of 27 cars still racing for the win here, that's pretty impressive.
Most definitely, because there's been some really close calls like those right there. So every time they get really close, I just look for another caution, but I keep hoping that, you know, they're going to get through this without any more.
Well, that definitely is the hope. Robert calling it lap 20 will be the big one.
Oh,
here we go. Caution is out. It looked like several trucks involved. Aaron Brill, Richie Joplin, Dean Webb involved, Edmund Jones. Let's see if we can see what happened. Dean Webb on the high side through 1 and 2. Oh, he gets down into the 33 and turns him. And yep, there it was. The 33 goes down the track on his side. He is okay. Benjamin Coleman was caught up in that. Edmund Jones, Aaron Brill. Some of the guys back behind trying to play it safe. Aaron Brill locks them up, and these guys may have actually... Aaron Brill manages to stop. Jaron Valley there in the 21, and Jaron almost had that saved about 3 times. Ryan McDaniel also caught up in it. Really, at the start of that replay, I thought Jaron had that thing saved. Jeffrey Goodpaster involved, had to tow to pit road, so his chances over. Patrick Pieper involved again. Robert, you were off by 2 laps, buddy.
Feel the same way, Tina. Damn. Things were going pretty good, and then all of a sudden...
A bit heartbreaking to see Ryan, after fighting back from 2 laps down, if he had avoided that, would have been back on the lead lap and might, well, we'll see. He'll have to come in for repairs. Auto Cruz, the first off pit road, fuel stop only, same for Pudge. Edmund Jones rolls out 3rd, Jacob Morgan 4th, Russell Worth in 5th. And it looks like DJ Kenner is getting, maybe getting the wave around here. A lot of trucks still on pit road. This should be the last stop of the race, Robert. Everybody can go the distance from here on fuel easily. Otto Pudge, Edmund, Jacob Russell, the top 5, Clay Kirchenbauer, Patrick Pieper, Joshua Friel, Richie Joplin, and Benjamin Coleman, the top 10. Watching his drivers come back off pit road, seeing who's going to settle in where. We still got a lot of trucks on pit road for repairs. Jeff Sheldon, Tyler Ott, Ryan McDaniel. And it looks like Ryan may have already used his fast repair. He is getting manual repairs right now.
That's a good call, Robert. That's where I'd want to be, the pace truck. That's a safe place.
Ryan McDaniel has 8 minutes of repairs. His shot at the win over, a bit heartbreaking after Ryan made such a big comeback. Ryan, sorry to hear that, buddy. I was hoping against all hope you'd get the win tonight.
As was I. Even though I give you a hard time, I was really wanting you to get up there and get it.
Well, hopefully we'll see him back in the car. I know he's running with Jones BS Racing Monday night, so this, we'll get to see Ryan a lot more. And we'll get to see Tina more.
And Ryan will get to run over me more. Cool. And Edmund will get to pass me. It'll just be like it was.
I know. Ryan, I firmly agree. I do believe you're going to get that first Nowski win in the trucks this season, buddy. It is long overdue. Blake Beacon saying it's showtime. Blake, don't text and drive. I've talked to you about this. This restart, everybody can go the distance. From here, the aggression is about to crank up. Next week, we are at Vegas, and Ryan's...
Whatever, Ryan. We both know that's baloney.
Pace truck is in. Next week is Vegas, Ryan. Get it done. Roll the dice. Lady Luck will be on your side. Green flag back in the air. Angie, I hope you got your oxygen handy, because I think things are about to heat up, and yeah, we're going to be out of breath.
I believe so. It's down to the wire now, isn't it?
18 to go, and Blake Beacon said it was go time, so showtime. I expect him to make a charge to the front. Steve is always in here cheering on Blakey Poo Snickerdoodle Boo Boo. How's it going tonight, Steve? Blake hanging out at the back, still within drafting range of with Aaron Brill and DJ Kenner just ahead. DJ does not look like he got the lap back. He is still being scored one lap down. Rather, 2 laps down. We've got a car dropping. Patrick Pieper dropping to the back again. I have a feeling this move by Patrick Pieper was a planned move. We've seen drivers do this previously, drop into the back, practicing their run to the front. However, Pieper dropped too far back, and I do believe he has lost the draft. Auto Cruz up in the lead. Big push from Edmund Jones. Pudge on the high side. Jacob Morgan up there with Russell Worth, Clay Kirchner, Richie Joplin, Benjamin Coleman. Man, what a mix. Several of the drivers up in the top 5 have come from up more than 20 spots. Auto Cruz up 22, Jacob Morgan up 20, Russell Worth up 21. And they are bump drifting down the back straightaway more aggressively than we've seen bumping all night long. And would you look at that? Dean Webb started looking to the high side, coming off of turn 4. Angie, you called it earlier. He was going to start making some aggressive moves. He did, and that third line is forming. Is Dean going to bring him to the front again?
I think he's going to give it a whirl. I sure think he's going to try it.
He got stuck in the middle. Looked like he was going to bring the third line on the high side. Drops down to the middle. Now got Swofsky giving the push. Clay Kirchner pulling that high line. Oh, Clay moves down in front of Dean. Back down to the middle line. Clay's using both of the high lines now. I'm not sure if he's trying to block both lines or figure out where he has the momentum and go. 14 laps to go at the line. We've gotten 3 wide, and look who's second in line. Up on that third line, it is Blakey Poo Snickerdoodle Boo Boo. He said it was showtime. Beacon and Newbie hooked up top, headed to the front. Ooh is right.
Sorry, I can't not do it. It's just Wow.
This is getting sketchy. Jacob Morgan slides up a little bit. I think he's trying to protect that high line. Dean Webb has now moved up. Pudge and Jacob trying to block both lines at once. Jacob moves way high. And he cannot stop that third line train. They're going to be 3 wide at the front of this thing. Holy cow, Newbie and V can get a big run into turn 1. Both of them get loose and, man, I think Newbie may have even kissed the wall just a little bit off of turn 2. That cost a lot of momentum, though, for that high line for the moment as Pudge now falling back. Clay Kirchenbauer in the 28, working his way up the middle now. These guys just not lifting at all. Seeing a lot more aggressive bump drafting. Three wide throughout the pack, down the back straightaway. Everybody's starting to mix it up now. Newbie and V can have a run again up top. They've got Otto Cruz with them. Across the start-finish line, next time by, 10 to go. Oh, Pudge is in the wall. Oh, we've got several cars in the wall, and several cars just blinked. No caution, there it is. Caution is out. Something went catastrophically wrong with some of these connections here. 11 laps to go. Chaos breaks out again. Let's see if we can see what happened. Jaron Valley involved again. Looks like it may have started up at the front with Pudge. Let's take another look. But Jaron definitely running out of luck tonight. Looks like Pudge moves up and finds the nose on Newbie. And then it looks like the whole, a whole lot of things. I think there was a bunch of glitches that happened right then. Let's see if we can see. Newbie disappeared, reappeared, collected Blake Veakin. $11 laps to go, and chaos erupts. Oh, look like Blake came down into Clay Kirchenbauer, and Clay disappears briefly. Several drivers able to stop back behind and avoid being caught up in it. But it does look like there were a few glitches involved in that incident.
Hey Tessa, what's going on over there?
Hey, good evening, Tess. Several drivers on pit road for repairs. Blake Veakin, Josh Friel, Jaron Valley, Dean Webb, Darren Silva, Brandon Newby. Pudge is back out, I do believe. When everything glitched, I believe Pudge got automatically sent to pit road. Yes, he did. Jeffrey Goodpaster and several others stopped behind, and it looks like Russell Worth and Richie Joplin. That was definitely some netcode game glitch that brought those two out. That was definitely a series of game glitches, or sim glitches, bringing most of that about. Obviously, the incident starting with Pudge and Newbie, but from the second those two got together, some sort of glitch occurred. And normally we would call that the big one, but honestly, due to the fact that it glitched and so many people were just disappearing, that was actually minimized the impact of that incident to a small degree. Something happened with Colby Whipple a moment ago. Let's see if we can see what happened to him. He was on his way off pit road. He just pulls over and tows back to pit road. Lights are out on the pace car. Auto Cruz, Edmund Jones on the front row. Ryan is back out on track. Tyler Ott is. Pudge is back on pit road. Whipple back on pit road. Clay Kirchenbauer, Jeffrey Goodpaster, DJ Kenner all out, but one or more laps down. They're going to restart with about 7 laps to go. Still 16 cars on the lead lap. Still over 20 cars in the race. Yeah, my bad, Brody. My bad. Russell Worth having an awesome run. We saw him start to, we've seen him really improve over the last couple of seasons, and he is long overdue for a win. Could tonight be the night? Worth mentioning that Richie Joplin got his first Nowski win at Talladega in a truck backwards. Green flag back in the air. Auto Cruz moved up high briefly. Comes back down. Edmund Jones has a run up on the high side. And wow, a lot of bobbling through 1 and 2 this time. Auto Cruz has the big push from Russell Worth. Richie Joplin still in the fight. Out of turn 4 down the front stretch. It'll be 6 to go this time. Brody Green saying it's going to be a Swarovski kind of win tonight. Could Swafford get it to victory lane? Dean Webb also back there mixing it up. We saw Dean getting uber aggressive, and here come Newbie and Viken again. Newbie and Viken going to the high line once again. They are making it 3 wide. Swafford moves up. They can't move past him. Now they've got an opening. Angie, they're coming to 5 to go. Do you think we make it green flag to the end?
No, I do not. No.
I have a gut suspicion you're right. We're going to see a green-white checkered before the night is out, but...
Them 3 wide, I don't see it happening.
Man, inches apart, everybody pushing, and the yellow line rule. Guys are blocking. Oh, here we go! And everybody saved it. Wow.
Caution.
The caution is out. 5 laps to go. So we will get the green-white checkered here. Jacob Morgan involved in that incident, but what a recovery he had. Jacob Morgan looked like he just got turned by... Try and take another look at this. Down the back straightaway, and oh, Morgan tries to go up. Nowhere to go. Newbie was there, and it looks like Jacob may have got sent to pit road, just like we saw happen to Pudge a few laps ago. Brandon Newby caught up in that one. He looks like he may be okay. Blake Viken now showing out of the race. I think we have seen a couple of glitches here late in this one that have prevented us seeing a really true big one, but has taken a few drivers out of contention here. Obviously, the admins will have to go over the replay on this one, but there has been some weirdness the last 20 laps or so. Looks like DJ Kenner, the Iceman, just got waved around. He will be back on the lead lap. Oh, I see. The disappearing trucks have been due to hitting the disqualification limits. So when the drivers hit 15X, they get disqualified, and that has been taking the drivers off the track. That explains why they've disappeared mid-wreck. Obviously, the new rules this season having a bit of a surprise there, and I had completely, so much excitement going on, I had forgotten about the DQ limit. Looks like we're going to have about 13 trucks still on the lead lap. Thirteen trucks still in the fight for this one. Clay Kirchenbauer, he's driving a... They don't have a truck modified, but yeah. At least he doesn't have to worry about his engine overheating in the draft. So it takes these trucks in the draft a lap to a lap and a half to get fully back up to speed. They'll have 2 laps left to go, so guys are going to be fighting, bumping, pushing, shoving, and doing everything they can to get back to victory lane tonight. Jeff Sheldon said since it's Richie Joplin's 207th birthday tonight, he may just win it. Angie, do you have a prediction of those 13 cars still on the lead lap of who's going to pull this one off?
No, I do not. I don't even want to take a guess at that.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Because I'm sure as soon as that green flag drops, they're going to go and they'll be 3 wide just within a lap or so probably.
If not sooner, I would not be surprised to see 3 wide by the time they hit the backstretch. With 2 laps to go, this thing's going to get heated, and the aggression is definitely going to kick up. Brian McDaniel saying it's going to be Otto or Russell Worth. And honestly, I don't think anybody would say a word of complaint if Russell Worth finally gets to victory lane tonight. Jeff Sheldon saying it was definitely a fun race, buddy. It looked like fun.
Race truck's in.
And here we go. They're down and away. Green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go at Daytona to settle it all. That inside line got a massive start, and the outside line just didn't get going. Richie Joplin up on the high side with no help. Edmund Jones right on Otto's back bumper. And Mike Brown out of nowhere starting to make his way forward. Benjamin Coleman, who started on the second row, got caught up in an early incident, hung out at the back all night there in the Copenhagen truck, now in 4th. Richie Joplin still trying to get that high line going. Aaron Brill ducks underneath. Here they come to the white flag. One more time around. Otto Cruz leads at the white flag. Who's going to lead at the checkered? Oh, we've got 1 around. There will not be a caution. We've got 2 around. There is chaos behind. It's going to be a 2-car race to the finish. Holy crap, it's Talladega Nights all over again. Mono and mono. Can we get Otto Cruz and Edmund Jones to stop just shy of the finish line and run to it?
I'm betting no.
I'm betting no, too. Otto Cruz leads them out of 4. Does Edmund have enough momentum? Edmund gets down inside. They are bumping doors. Who's it going to be? It's Otto at the line by less than 100th of a second. Edmund comes home in 2nd. Aaron Brill finishes 3rd. And let's see if we can see what happened on the white flag lap. Oh, just anarchy. Let's see if we can back this up a little bit. Mike Brown running in 3rd. Oh, looks like he moved up into Benjamin Coleman. Gets turned and everybody behind just gets caught. Indeed, what a finish. Let's see if we can get a word with our top 3, starting with 3rd place, Aaron Brill. Hey, Ron, it's Doug in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yes, sir, Doug.
Hey, man, a great wild finish there at the end. Managing to come through that chaos was pure luck.
Oh, yeah. So the whole entire race, I just hung out in the back, worked with Newbie and Blake, and just try to avoid everything I could. And about 20 to go, I decided to move on up front.
Well, man, it definitely paid off playing it safe all night long, and that final move to the front and being right where you needed to be right when everything went wrong. You managed to get through and come home with a podium finish to start the season, man. Great job.
Thanks, sir. I appreciate it. I thought I was going to end my night on that last, well, it wasn't caution, but going into turn 1 and slid up, bumped the wall, kept me straight. So just a big shout out to Colby Whipple on this awesome paint scheme. So had a good night. I'm proud of it.
Well, great job, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you, Doug.
Hey, Aaron comes home in third. Edmund Jones comes home in second. Edmund, I really suggested that you guys stop about 100 yards short of the line, get out and run to the finish.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I mean, he probably still would have blocked me there at the end and tried shoving me under the line, but it is what it is. And, coming home P2 tonight, I pushed him up there, kept him up there, and he doesn't want to respect, the move, then that's on him. It'll be something to watch going down the season now.
Well, it is definitely going to be an exciting season for sure, and a great job staying out of trouble tonight to come home in second, buddy.
Hey, thank you, Doug.
Good job, Edmund.
Thank you, Angie.
Yep.
Edmund comes home in second, but Otto Cruz pulls off the win to start the season. Otto, man, that was a great run to the finish line, buddy. Yeah, you got your mic muted, Otto.
Can you hear me now?
I got you, buddy.
Hey, what's going on, Doug?
Man, a great night overall, man. Staying up there in the top 5, but being there when it counted, being in the lead when chaos broke out from third on back.
Yeah, we definitely had a car that could push just about anybody up to the front, and it just gets hot, and I'd have to back off of it. But out front, I mean, it was good. Hell of a finish there to the end. He says I blocked him a little bit, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do come to the end. So if he's a little butthurt about it, and so be it.
It tends to be last lap, anything goes, and man, everybody's fighting there at the end. I honestly suggested you guys stop 100 laps. After the incident in turn 1, I honestly suggested you guys stop 100 laps shy and run to the finish line because it was the perfect setup, to be honest.
Yes,
but,
sir.
man, great job tonight, Otto.
Yep, good to be back out racing again, man.
Well, it definitely was great seeing you back out there. Looking forward to a great season and a great start to it for you, buddy.
Well, we appreciate you broadcasting for us and everything you do, man. It doesn't go unnoticed.
Well, my pleasure, buddy. Congratulations. A great win to start the season.
Thank you, Doug.
And congratulations on the win.
Oh, thank you, Angie.
Yep, great job.
Otto Cruz gets the win. What a way to start the season. Angie, you've lost your first Daytona race. What are your thoughts?
I'm glad I wasn't in it. It was very hold my breath most of the time, especially when they were 3 wide. But it was a great race. The guys done an awesome job. It was pretty cool. I really enjoyed watching it.
Well, I definitely hope to have you back in the booth a lot more this season. You did an amazing job. Thank you for joining me tonight. Really fun having you. Thank you guys all at home so much for tuning in. Hope everybody had as much fun as we did. It was definitely a great night of racing. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night as we have Community Convoy Night. That is going to be a lot of fun trucking. Angie and I will both be in that along with a lot of the community. And it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. A lot more stuff coming in the very near future. Make sure you're following on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube and Facebook. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.